Hello everyone, thank you for taking the time to watch this guide. We're going to make this as quick as possible. This is a guide on how to use the Amazon Seller app. This app is absolutely free in both the iOS and Android store. All that is required is that you have an Amazon Seller account. So if you do not have one already, please go look at that guide and follow the steps to make sure that you have a login. Head back over here and get logged in so we can start. What you want to take note of on this app is there are quite a few options to choose from. Today we're going to be focused on add a product. This is going to allow you to quickly filter new products that you might want to sell on Amazon, see what's going on with them, see their rank, see other sellers, see what your profit might be, kind of get a full idea of what's going on before you make that purchase, particularly if you're doing RA, which is retail arbitrage. This app is going to be super helpful if you're actually at the store looking through things so you can scan them or look them up as you go. The other options on this app as far as manage orders, manage returns, communications, account health, inventory alerts, and pricing opportunities, we will go over another time. Most of them are not used on a daily basis. I will say managing orders is probably the second most useful one, and that just allows you to see the orders that you've received, where they're going, when they were placed. You really can't do much other than kind of see what's going on as far as the prices that you sold them at. So add a product is definitely your number one tool on the app. So what we'll do is we'll jump in, we'll hit that add a product feature, and we're faced with two options here. Search Amazon to sell, and there's a little camera button. What's really nifty is you can search anything by UPC, similar to what you do on eBay if you've used that before. So if you hit that camera button, it's going to load up a camera screen. It's going to have some dots, and it's going to look for any indicating mark on your item that it will be able to pull and see if it can find that item on Amazon. Now, most of the time we use this for UPC, but it does not have to be. So Amazon can actually search just by image. So if you have the front of something, but there's no UPC on it, or the UPC is covered with tape, try searching that front game. Let's say it's a game or a book. Try searching what that looks like, because Amazon might be able to find it just based on the image. But for the most part, we're going to search UPCs, and it's going to find UPCs that are attached to the product in the Amazon catalog. I will say continue to use the search Amazon to sell feature as well. So even, let's say you cannot find a product by searching the UPC or by kind of searching the front of it, it's just not showing up. It does not necessarily mean that it is not on Amazon. It just means that Amazon's having a hard time, or there's no UPC attached. What you can do is kind of quickly hit that search Amazon to sell, type in the title and hit search, and kind of sift through the items there. That's going to give you an edge over your competition, because most people are not going to take that extra step. Most people are going to scan, move on if they can't find it. By searching, you're going to be able to find some opportunity out there that other people are skipping. Find some unsaturated items is definitely going to be worth it for you if you have the time, which I highly recommend. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an example here. I have a video game in front of me. It is Spyro, the PS4 trilogy. So I'm going to center this up, and I'm going to hit that little camera button, and we're going to scan the UPC. Maybe. There we go. So usually it's pretty quick. I think maybe it's just because the sheet in the guest room is kind of getting in the way. But so if we look at our screen now, we have found Spyro. He is here. There are a couple key indicators on this screen that we want to take advantage of knowing. So number one is the buy box price, $29.99. That means that if you were to log on Amazon right now and look up Spyro and hit buy, the price that you're going to see is $29.99. Buy box price is that price that's in the buy box. Hit add to cart, hit buy, and that's what's showing up. The second thing to note is our sales rank. Our sales rank is 170 right now, which is really important information to know. There is a separate guide completely on how to understand sales rank and Keepa, which is a program that we use to really filter through sales rank and look at history. I would highly recommend that you go search that guide, make sure you have a full understanding. What I'll say briefly for this guide is that sales rank is different depending on which category you're in. So for example, each category has a sales rank for an item. Spyro is in the video game category. Spyro is ranked 170th out of all video games right now in the video game category. So there's 169 things at this very second that are selling better than Spyro, and there's thousands that are selling worse. In toys, for example, there is a separate item ranked 170 in toys. Each category has a separate sales rank kind of catalog from 0 all the way up to the millions. Depending on the size of the category, this is going to kind of determine how valuable the sales rank is. So if something has 1 million items in it, sales rank 100,000 is in the top 10%. If something has 10 million items in it, rank 100,000 is the top 1%. So it's important to kind of understand how to read a sales rank chart, and that again is through the Keepa guide. They'll tell you exactly what you need to know. But for your understanding today is 170 is a fantastic sales rank. What we tend to shoot for at the beginning is anything under 100,000 is really going to perk our ears up. Anything under 500,000, definitely worth doing research on as well. But I have sold things in the millions. It really depends on the category. And again, there's more information of that in the Keepa guide that I do. So the next thing is here we're gonna click that little Spiro button. We're gonna jump in, and we're gonna see two main things that we're gonna take advantage of on the screen. So the first one is the Amazon price, and the second one is the low price. Amazon, as we know, is $29.99. We saw that for the buy box. And this is going to indicate to us that Amazon has the buy box. They're the ones selling it at $30. Again, you're going to buy it from them most likely if you're going on and searching for this product. The one above it, $35.63, that is the next lowest FBA or buy box eligible price. There's a couple ways to be buy box eligible. Again, we talk about that separately, but just so you know for this sake, that there is a $5.64 difference right now between Amazon, who's selling it at the buy box, and the next buy box eligible item. There are a total of 4 FBA offers, and then there are 45 other offers total that could be used. That could be merchant fulfilled, which means they're shipping it from their home or their warehouse. But right now, there's only 4 other sellers that have sent this in to be fulfilled by Amazon. So there's 2 arrows to click here. We're going to click the top arrow, which is next to $35.63. And this is going to load us up with the opportunity to see exactly what we could make on this item, depending on what we purchase it for. So this is the number one screen that you're going to use when using this app, because this is what's going to help you determine if you're out, let's say, to Target and you're scanning items, exactly what you might make on the item today. So it's important to note that what we see today and all the information we see, sales rank, price, what we see here, it is all a snapshot of this second in history. Tomorrow this may change, and yesterday may have been different. But they don't tend to change drastically. But that is why we have other tools such as Keepa to really help us determine the average and figure out if this is a good purchase based on all the information available to us. So I want you to understand, if you bought this today, it doesn't mean that we're going to necessarily pocket $11.23. It does mean, though, that there's a pretty good chance that we're going to make some good money on this. But what we want to do is our kind of our due diligence, go back, look at the history, figure out that maybe, hey, normally it sells for $15, and for whatever reason right now it's inflated, or normally it sells for $60. We can expect a higher return if we buy it at this price. So it's important to kind of go back and look at that history, and again, head over to that Keepa guide to figure out exactly how to do that. So right now, though, we're going to take a look at this point in history, exactly what you would be seeing if you were at the store. So the price in new, this is $29.99. This is what we're going to guesstimate we're going to sell it for. Again, we want to be competitive. Amazon is currently selling it for $29.99. We want to be able to shoot for right around there as well. The second one is our fees. This is what Amazon's going to take from us for selling it. If we click on it, it'll break it down. Referral fee, this is what they're taking for kind of referring our product to their customers. Variable closing is kind of the closing cost, and then pick and pack, that's how much they're going to cost them to take it off the shelf, to pack it up, to ship it to our customer as well. Shipping to Amazon, this is the cost that we pay to ship it to Amazon so they can fulfill it. It generally averages about 50 cents a pound. Depends how many pounds you ship at once. We tend to get about 30 to 50 cents a pound, shipping 20 to 30 pounds at a time. So you can go into your settings in the app and put in that you want to average 50 cents per pound, and it'll give you an idea of how much this particular game is going to cost you to ship. If it was in a box of, let's say, 20 pounds, this would cost 5 cents. So pretty nominal. And then right underneath it is cost of purchase. That's how much we're actually paying for the game today. So for example, we have already in there that it was $10 because I was looking at this earlier. But let's say we were able to find it at Target on sale for $12.50. We just update our pricing and your profit will change. So if we were to sell this today at $30, with our $8.71 in fees and our, let's say, our 5 cents in shipping, and we paid $12.50, we're going to profit $8.73. So Amazon's going to pay us out, let's say, $21 or so. And of that $21, $8.73 is going to be our profit. So that is a fairly good ROI. I tend to shoot for, really the low end, I want 35 to 40% ROI, but I tend to get closer to 100% ROI depending on what items I buy. Every model is different. Depends how much money you have to invest. This item will sell immediately. You know, if you bought this today and sent it in, essentially as soon as it gets checked in, because the rank is so low, it's going to sell that day. So your money's not going to be tied up incredibly long. This is definitely an item that I would look to purchase. And again, it's also important to note that doesn't guarantee that we're going to make 873, but I do try to kind of look plus or minus 20%. So if you made 20% less, and you're still looking at making, let's say $6, that is still something that I'm comfortable with. Paying $12.50, make $6, 50% ROI, selling it in, less than a week by the time it gets shipped in and checked in. That's something that I'm comfortable kind of walking away with buying. The next one we're going to click on is our Amazon one. So there's an arrow next to $29.99. We'll click on that. And this is going to show us all of the sellers that are selling this item other than Amazon, and even other than us if we were on here. So this is going to include used items, new items, etc. It's important to note, as we see some new items, there is new by Gold Star, also new by Ratage. Those are not being considered in our next new lowest because they are not buy box eligible right now. They are shipping it from their home or warehouse. We can tell this by they do not have a Prime badge next to them, which means they are not 100% not doing FBA, which means most likely they are not buy box eligible. Sometimes they can get in the buy box if there's no one else selling this product, or if the price difference is just crazy. If they were selling it for $2, they might get in there. But for the most part, if they're anywhere close to an FBA seller, the FBA seller is going to have buy box, and the new seller who's selling it from their home will not. So as we keep going through, we're going to see Amazon in here at $30, and then our next buy box eligible Prime is $35.63, which we knew because back in the previous screen we saw our next lowest price was $35.63. All right, so these are just important things to note as you're searching through. Most likely you're going to be competing against FBA offers, so you really want to take a note of what the FBA offers are, and how many sellers are on the listing. So this is a good one because it's so low in rank. It's 170, but let's say this is 170,000 in rank, which is still an okay process or okay item to buy in most cases, but there were 45 sellers. That may be something that you want to stick away from depending on what you can pay, because at 45 sellers, let's say this product is selling 30 a month. If 45 sellers each have 2, it'll take you, let's say 3 months to sell this on average. That might be longer than you want to invest your money into, or you may be okay with that model. But it's information that you need to be aware of and understand before making those choices. So at 170 in video games, this thing will sell so fast that, again, it'll sell within a day or two at whatever price that you put in, as long as it is competitive to the buy box. And as a repeat, everything is a snapshot of today. So the buy box is $30 today. Amazon could sell out in 10 minutes, in which case the buy box would then be $35. So it's incredibly important as you're out there scanning that you're looking at all the factors surrounding the purchase. Make sure that when you take home that, you're not investing money in an item that is currently inflated, which may never actually sell for the price that you see, or it's a good opportunity to buy items that are showing low in here because you know they're going to rise. So that's everything for right now. Again, there will be another guide on some additional options in this app, but for the most part, this is what you're going to be using the app for. Please do look over kind of getting set up on Amazon as a seller before jumping in here fully, because you'll need that in order to get into the app. And then again, your next step, if you haven't already, should be looking through the Keepa guide to fully understand sales rank, why it's important, and how to read those charts when you're out.